You're listening to 102.7 Chop FM, and this is ArtsTalk. Good evening, you're listening to 102.7 Chop FM, and this is ArtsTalk. I'm Dave Peters.
I'm Taylor Koss.
And this show is dedicated to bringing the arts to Newmarket.
Woo!
Not just the musical arts, although there's always lots of musicians, but any artist practicing any discipline, be they amateur or professional. If you're in the arts and would like to appear on this show, then
you can contact us through a couple different ways. You can contact us through Facebook. That's facebook.com/ArtsTalkRadio. Send us a message there. Give us a like while you're at it. And you could also send us an email. That's artstalkradio102.7@gmail.com. We'd love to get in touch with you.
And don't forget to tune in every Wednesday at 6 o'clock Rockstar time.
Yep.
To hear good music and
6:06.
find out what's going on in the arts, the independent arts scene. Our guest tonight is Chris Farah from the band Must. Chris, welcome.
Woo.
Hey, thank you guys.
Hey.
It's great to have you. Are you local, Chris? You live in the area?
Yeah, actually, we're based out of Tottenham. I guess it all started in Tottenham. So we have a couple of members that live out of town, Innisfil. We've brought a couple in from Barrie.
Where is Tottenham? I'm always confused about.
Yeah, everybody asks. Nobody knows where that little
north?
spot on the map is.
Yeah.
That's somewhere between Orangeville and Schaumburg,
Okay.
just north of Highway 9.
Okay, so it's pretty close to Newmarket.
Maybe half an hour away.
Okay.
Small population, but we're growing now. They've started to build a massive amount of subdivisions in the town. So
A lot of demand for housing these days.
right, yeah, the housing market's skyrocketing there. So
Is there a music scene in Tottenham?
not officially. I mean, there is in a sense we're not a punk scene per se. There's a bluegrass scene.
Oh, that's
We do
cool.
that every year. I mean, I like it.
Yeah,
Like we have
sure.
a thing called Music in the Park every Sunday.
Oh, nice.
At our local
Newmarket's
band shell.
doing stuff like that too.
Right, but there's no real scene. I mean, there's a couple of bars that in town, but nothing really to play at. Right?
Yeah.
Right.
We always come to Newmarket
Good.
or Toronto, Barrie.
Keep coming to Newmarket.
Yeah, exactly, where the big audience is.
Oh yeah.
What is the story of Must? Are you guys that knew each other from the area?
Yeah, it's a high school band, right? I mean, we started the drummer. I met the original drummer. I met back in 1999,
Wow.
and we started playing. We brought in another guitar player. Originally, we were called Off Center, right? And difficulties, as life moves on and this and that, right? We disbanded. Several years later, we were asked to play at a friend of ours, Jack and Jill. Actually, Jared Semple from the Reddies
Nice.
and his wife Sarah asked us to play at their Jack and Jill, which kind of spawned it back
Yeah,
in a
good.
sense, right? We
It was so much fun to get back together.
yeah, I started writing 5 new songs. We kind of screwed around with the old ones, mixed it in, and eventually we wrote another 14 songs
Wow.
and became Must,
Very cool.
which in a sense is my usual sad thoughts, but Must is good. That's the short form of it.
I actually didn't know that that's what it stood for. I didn't know it was an acronym.
We used to tell people that it stood for the smell that came out of the jam space after, right? But
Musty.
Like a hockey bag.
Yeah, that's yeah.
So this is back to being the original configuration?
yeah, no. Now we play cameo shows now.
What do you mean a cameo?
Like
show?
if somebody calls us out of the woodwork, we'll put together something. My drummer Adam Vetter, we've been playing together for 14 years now.
Hey, Adam Vetter, we love you.
Him and I,
Big fan of
and
the show.
he puts up with a lot of my crap. But yeah, he couldn't be here tonight, unfortunately. The other original guy, it's funny because the drummer quit because he wanted to play guitar. We brought him back as our guitar player. So it was myself, a guy named Mike, and Adam. Right now, Mike is in and out, and we fill him in with ringers when we play shows.
Mm-hmm. Like I've seen you play with Niccolo from the Reddies.
Yeah, like we throw in different guys here and there,
Cool.
but primarily if we go to do any kind of recording, we would call Mike back,
Sure.
right? Like that's
your go-to. Like
the guy. Yeah, like that's the
part.
band is,
Yeah.
But we've had different members. I call them members because of
Yeah.
course if they're on stage, we've had different bass players. Even I got stuck on the bass in the beginning. Yeah, like I got stuck on. I always tell people I get stuck on the bass, but I mean I've been the bass player.
You do it so well.
For 17 years in the band, but I mean.
You do it great, and I find it really, really hard to play and sing bass, to sing and play bass at the same time.
No, don't boost my ego, please.
No, I'm just saying, like, it's good. You're good at what you do.
No, it's sketchy. I mean, it's not everybody's taste. It's pop punk. You know, it's just happy-go-lucky, bob your head music. I mean, I never really cared too much about what other people thought about it. I'm a bossy guy, and they'll tell you that. I mean, I have an idea in my head, and I like it, and I kind of want to go with it. So they used to call the band Chris Fair and the I Guess We'll Do That's, right? It's like, so right. Yeah, but I mean, awesome. I think it sounds cool. It's catchy. I mean, it's a good sound, right? But you know.
Yeah, no, I think that's pretty clever.
Would it be fair to say that you're the songwriter in the band, Chris?
Primarily, I write, like, 80% of it. I'm not a very good guitar player, so
But you're bringing like full songs to the table.
Yeah. Like I always bring forward like an acoustic version of the song, and everybody kind of works with it.
Yeah, writes their parts.
I cry if it doesn't go the way I want, and then it works out to be a song, right? I mean,
Are you quite particular about drum fills and things like that? Things that you're going to want Adam to do, for example?
Yeah. No, because I tell you where I think it's going in my head, and he's pretty good at matching it. I mean, he's a really great drummer, great guy to work with, one of my best friends. Like I call him a brother, and we're on the same wavelength. Being a bass player and a drummer, you have to be on the same page, and
you really do.
We are 100%. Like it's.
So he'll often anticipate where you've put a break
or
something like that, right?
Yeah, like we'll often screw up, and we try to be very professional. We're in another band as well, and we try to be very on key with each other, and we notice when each other screws up and get mad at one another. But if I mess up, he'll cover me and vice versa, right?
Yeah,
so
you learn from it, right?
That's always and nobody notices but us, right? I mean, but
And are you of the super fast pop punk ilk? Like I know Adam plays crazy fast.
Well, yeah, I like a lot of our recordings are a lot slower than we'd actually play it live, like all bands do. But I mean, like I grew up listening to like Lagwagon and Slick Shoes, No Effects, that kind of stuff, Pennywise and everything. So it's super fast, right? I like writing. Yeah, we have a few songs that are like really fast, but then we have a few slow ones. I
love that song, man.
Somebody came to me one time and said we're like a machine gun, right? Like we played a show one time, and I remember we made an energetic set. It was all fast songs, and that's how they said it was pretty much like a machine gun. Right, and just going in one after the other, picking them off. No, it was good, but
that is great. That's awesome.
This is ArtsTalk on 102.7 Chop FM. I'm Dave Peters.
I'm Taylor Goss,
and we are in conversation with Chris Farah of the band Must. Now,
so
you said that you don't feel like you're a great guitar player.
Well,
he's a bass player.
I'm a bass player by heart, I guess. Like I said, I got stuck on it.
You write tunes on the guitar, not on the bass.
Yeah, I write all of my songs on an acoustic guitar, right? Sometimes I'll plug in the electric to see how it would sound with different, like scratchy things or whatever. But primarily, I write everything on an acoustic. But it's all rhythm. Like I don't write any of the.
You're not writing any.
Yeah, it's the foundation of a song.
Yeah,
right?
that's pretty much all I'm.
Have you done any recording as Must?
We have a couple. We have a 16 track out as Off Center, and we have a single out as Must, and then a full length out as Must.
Nice.
We did them both independently through small companies locally.
Cool. What companies did you use? Like what recordings?
We've used Pesmosis Productions.
Oh, yeah,
shout out.
Love working with Pes.
And and also Waking Life Studios. That's in Tottenham.
Okay.
It's a small studio.
Did the Reddies record there?
Oh yeah, actually yes, they have.
I've been on their website. Cool, that's awesome. I wish we could hear it. We had some technical difficulties with the.
Yeah, I couldn't. I'm not tech savvy.
So we're gonna hear it live later, which is super exciting.
That's what I was leading up to. We're gonna hear some bad guitar playing, I guess.
Yeah. Actually, it's funny. We used to because I was always uncomfortable talking in front of people. Now that's funny, right? Because I'm the lead singer of a band.
I totally relate.
But I was always like, I'd like to go on stage and then kind of hide. Like I was never right? So we used to have people yell like, "You suck!" Like we would have people that were there to say that we suck, and they'd yell. And when we didn't, I knew we didn't suck. I knew we were always relatively good, but we used to have people yell, "You guys suck!" So that actually was our thing, right? Right? It was good. No, it was just an inside joke, right? But it was pretty good, right? But yeah.
Yeah. Makes me think of Primus. They have like that chant, Primus sucks.
Yeah.
And
That's kind of like
Jello goes with that too. Green
Yeah.
Jello sucks.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a compliment when you get into this weird sort of.
Yeah, no, we liked it. It was
Punk
But
funny,
then there's
right?
Universe.
Nickelback sucks and people really mean
Nickelback
it.
really does suck. But
Well, like truth
we
hurts,
don't
I
want to talk
guess.
about
Right?
Nickelback here. Yeah, truth.
It's not all ironic.
No. So yeah, how many songs you got for us? You want to play one now? Or you want to save it for later?
Yeah, I can throw one for you if you want.
Cool. Let's.
Sure.
let's
What are we
hear
gonna hear?
it.
Something an old tune? Something you're writing?
Let's see. I could play you. I could play you something off the album if you want.
All right.
That would
let's
be
do
lovely.
This song, this song I wrote for a jerk. Right?
Ooh, who?
I won't. I'll leave him unnamed.
Sorry,
But this
just trying to cause some controversy.
This is the first song on our album. It's called "I'm Onto You."
All right.
All right. I can see it in your eyes. It comes as no surprise. Cause everything you've said or done are known's open lies. See it in your face with dark distinguished grace. And all I ask is that you tell the truth. You were such a mess, and I must confess, I want you to burn to ashes where you'll never be found. Want you to bleed. When you go to sleep, all you see is me. Living life is such a trial. Every day stuck in denial. Walking backwards, taking 2 steps at a time. To me you were just a dream, and nothing is quite as it seems. Oh, wait until your life comes crashing down. You were such a mess, when I must confess, I want you to burn down to ashes where you'll never be found. Want you to bleed. When you go to sleep, all you see is me. Want you to burn down to ashes where you'll never be found. Want you to bleed. When you go to sleep, all you see is me. Want you to burn down to ashes where you'll never be found. Want you to bleed. When you go to sleep, all you see is me. You're tied down with guilt around your neck. You feel it too, your fingertips. And I'm onto you.
Chris Farah on 102.7.
That was that
Yeah.
crappy guitar playing I was telling you.
Well, you told us it was going to be, so that's cool.
Yeah, so
No,
there was
it
no
wasn't
surprise, right? I
crappy.
told you.
You're rocking it. Must acoustic.
That was Chris Farah with Must Acoustic on ArtsTalk on 102.7 Chop FM. I'm Dave Peters.
I'm Taylor Cox.
And we are in conversation with Chris Farah about Must.
I saw you perform that song live at the Fox Lounge a few months back, and you had Jared from the Readies on stage with you. And in that part, it's like,
That's
Do you
right.
remember that part? It was like, want you to be. And he's like,
My mom hates that part. She's like, why does everybody have to scream at
I
that?
love it.
I'm like, it's the idea.
It's
man.
the
like,
idea,
you gotta do
Mom.
it. It's angry.
Come on.
Right? I really want that guy to go down. So it's try to be
It was a killer show.
Mom
with
generally
yours.
digging the songs that you write?
My mom's into some of my songs. There's a couple that she's really liked over the years, and then there's a couple that she's really hated over the years. But she's been a big supporter of me. Like, I mean, they always let me make noise in the basement. My parents were pretty cool.
How old were you when you started playing?
My parents bought me my first guitar when I was 12.
And why? Did you
Right,
hear something that made you want to have a guitar?
I found Green Day.
Definitely can hear the Green Day influence.
My uncle was always into music, and I think that's what brought me into it. I always admired him, the guy that could sit around the fire, playing. And I always tried, and I never knew what I was doing. I would just make noise, and he'd give me that thing, he'd say, right? But then I took lessons, and I learned, and then my music teacher didn't want to teach me no more because all I wanted to do was play power chords.
Right.
He's like, that's not a chord. I'm like, well, yeah, it sounds way
Sure
better
it
like
is.
this, right? Turn up this here gain, like, And the rest was history. I mean, yeah, like I was just kind of tinkering around when I was younger, playing with people. But like I say, we started the band when I was like 16, and
Were you writing at that point? You were covering Green Day, I'm sure.
yeah, no, I started writing when I was 16.
Did you?
Yeah, we did a 16 track when I was that, like between 16 and 18, we had made like a 16 track album.
Awesome.
So what were you recording on then? It's kind of easier to get recordings these days.
We went to we went to a guy. I won't advertise him, but we paid some money, and I guess they saw potential in us. They gave us a hand with the recording and stuff. Like, I guess they did a lot more for us than what we paid for, and
That's awesome, especially being so young.
and the album sounded really good. But it kind of gave us a false hope, like, hey, we're rock stars, right? Like, right? But no, it was cool.
As a teenager,
it was fun.
sure.
My teenage years were a lot of fun. Like, we played a lot of cool shows, met a lot of cool people.
Good.
Right, I got a lot of good memories from it, right? But
That's all you can
really
ask
nice.
for, right?
yeah,
Are you still playing some of that stuff from those early days?
the old songs, no.
No?
We haven't played those in a long time. We kind of retired them. We played around with Sean McTaggart for a little while from the Reddies. He played some of the old songs with us.
Nice.
Ones that he picked, he liked them, certain ones, so we played them, right? But we've pretty much retired the old songs.
It's nice to kind of move on.
I
to
play
writing new
I
songs.
play them in my basement by myself.
For nostalgia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Taylor breaks out some of her original old
Yeah, I
stuff,
do.
you know?
I played a couple old songs.
In
I say
jams
like a
and
couple
things.
weeks ago. Months are flying by. It's kind of sad. It's gonna be September soon. What the hell happened? Yeah. So.
The kids will be coming back here to Pickering College.
Oh yeah, that means we have to actually be on time when we end the
That's
show.
right. That's right. We will. It's not
Yep.
so lackadaisical.
You got it.
So you mentioned you're playing in another band?
Yeah, I lead, sing, and play bass in a Social Distortion cover band.
Bad luck.
Yeah, we're called Bad Luck. Yeah, we can I advertise? We have a show at Stop, Drop, and Roll September 22nd.
Nice.
Toronto.
Very cool.
Yeah,
Very
playing
cool.
with the Dookies.
Nice. Oh, cool.
Great
so
band.
it's a good little tribute night sort of thing.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
So Bex is the wicked tambourine player.
Actually, yeah, she is
We've had her on our
awesome.
side. Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen the red palm at the end of the show.
God,
So
right? I don't know how she does it. I play
Yeah.
tambourine for a couple songs and I have bruises. Like,
Yeah, I remember seeing that.
it's ridiculous.
no, she's a cool chick.
She's
I like
amazing.
standing beside her. We harmonize well together.
You
so.
do. It sounds so great, and she's a lot of fun to watch on stage
Yeah.
too. Just dancing her all around. Like, you guys are a really tight band. Fun to watch.
Is that punk as well?
Yeah, you've
It's
seen them
like
before. You
Social
guys-
Distortion's like a blues punk kind of thing. It's fun. If you don't know who Social Distortion is, you should do your research because they're definitely legends in the punk scene, in my opinion. Yeah, worth a listen. They're definitely worth a listen.
Yeah.
They don't get the credit that they deserve.
I would agree with that. I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't really know that much. I know "Story of My Life" from the Empire Records soundtrack.
Yeah,
Maybe
there's
a couple
certain
other ones
there's
from
certain
you guys.
tunes that you'd recognize if you heard
Yeah.
it. Yeah, I think it was on Guitar Hero or something like that too. But
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
but-
don't know. I like "Bye Bye Baby." That's a wicked
Yeah.
song.
yeah, we cover that as well. So
Yeah, totally.
well, it's fun, right? We just on the side kind of thing. Yeah.
No, it's awesome.
I'm a little familiar with Pennywise. A friend of mine introduced me to them of a double album, and it struck me that If you don't like the tune that's playing, don't worry, because in a minute and a half there's another one coming
Yeah.
on.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Seriously.
Is that sort of the credo of Muss? I guess it's sort of generally a punk kind of idea.
No, I've been told my punk songs are too long.
Really?
Sometimes, yeah, we got some that are only a couple minutes long, but some of them are like 4 minutes, 5 minutes, and I've been told that's too long. But like I said, I don't care. That goes back to the idea that I didn't care what people say because I was writing it for myself.
Right.
Right?
Right. Still do that?
I have new songs that nobody's heard before. Yeah, that.
Ooh, you should play them on ArtsTalk.
Good.
Exclusive.
Well, I wrote a song. I wrote a song for somebody's girlfriend.
What do you mean by that?
well, because an ex-girlfriend. She was a bit of a psycho, so I wrote a song for her.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
nice.
like a metaphoric song for this poor girl. Yeah, so it's good.
I want to hear it.
I'll hear it. It's called Autumn.
All right. This is the
Yeah?
world
This is
premiere.
unrecorded.
Can
I mean,
like a video?
if you want, I've put this on Facebook once before, a long time ago. It's not recorded or anything like.
Unrecorded, unreleased world premiere here on ArtsTalk. This is Chris Farah with Autumn on 102.7 Shop FM.
Okay, here it goes. Some more really bad guitar. She came marching in. Oh, hold on a second. You know what? See, that's how bad it is.
It's
because
okay, man.
yeah. 'Cause
Adele can do it, you can do it.
okay, I got it. Yeah, if Adele can do it. She came marching in autumn. What? She came marching in autumn when they first met, and she was waiting on that her first love, though she knew it would be tough. Along came a spider, sat beside her, went dug down deeply. It burns like a match lit with shattered mindset. Sit back and reminisce. Autumn brings such misery, and autumn is the death of. Oh my God, that's all I'm gonna give you, right?
Okay,
that's
that
all
was
I can.
a
That's
sneak
all I
peek of
can
that
give you.
song.
That was terrible, but
No, dude, you got through that verse like a champ.
That was Chris.
It was a new song, right?
yeah, you got me on the spot. That was unrehearsed.
Unprepared. No, I love it. That was
Unprepared.
a lot of fun.
That was so punk. The whole thing was so
It was
perfectly
very,
punk.
very much. Very much.
So sorry about that. Now, how are you going to make it up to us? What else you got in there?
Okay,
They
I'll actually
know
play
the
a
whole
nice
song.
one that I know the whole thing. I can give you. No, they make fun of me all the time. How do you not know your own lyrics? Hang on.
Oh my god. This is Arts Talk. I'm Taylor Koss.
And I'm Dave Peters. And we're going to hear from Chris Farah a song that he knows.
Okay, here you go. I'm tripping, falling backwards out of this line. I'm standing in, no one will be there to help me. I am my only friend. As the days go by, I sit tongue-tied, wondering why you said such mean things to me. Maybe one day I'll see. Fall away. Don't think twice to wait for tomorrow. Fall apart. Run like hell from my broken heart. I'm screaming, calling out loud, and I can't help this, the trouble that I'm in. I can't comprehend where I should begin. So baby, take my hand, I'll never let you down. I promise you, my darling, I'll always be around. Fall away, and don't think twice to wait for tomorrow. Fall apart, run like hell from my broken heart. Fall away, don't think twice to wait for tomorrow. Fall apart, run like hell from my broken heart.
Ooh, very
Chris
nice.
Farah on 102.7 Chop FM. This is Arts Talk. I'm Dave Peters.
I'm Taylor Koss.
And we are in conversation with Chris Farah. So that one went better.
Yeah.
And that one slowed down a little bit in the middle.
That one I like. That's one of my campfire ones, I call it.
Yeah, it's nice.
That's probably why I knew how to play that one.
Was that about the Psycho?
No.
Oh, no.
Remember
that was
Psycho
one before.
Crash and Burn?
Can I think I deserve a second chance. I can do it. I
wanna
just
do it
thought,
again?
well, yeah, I got to redeem myself now.
Right,
Like
take
that
another
is
shot at it?
terrible, right?
Yeah.
All right, this
Right
is
away.
this is Autumn version 3.0.
Okay, I got you now. She came marching in autumn when they first met, when she was waiting on then her first love, though she knew it would be tough. Along came a spider, sat beside her, and dug down deeply. Painted burns like a match lit, shattered mindset. Sit back and reminisce. Autumn brings such misery. When autumn is the death of, sit back and relapse. There's nothing left to see here, kid. In the end, we won't be friends. Sit back and swell in self-defeat. She came lying before him in her own world. She was broken down. Everyone started laughing as her whole life came crashing. She rose up and held high with her eyes wide. She was a shining star. Everyone started laughing. Their whole life again came crashing. And autumn brings such misery. And autumn is the death of, sit back and relapse. There's nothing left to see here, kid. In the end, we won't be friends. Sit back and swell in your self-defeat. That's where the pretty solo goes, right?
Yeah.
That's the stereotypical pop-punk solo, right? When autumn is the death of, sit back and relapse. There's nothing left to see here, kid. In the end, we won't be friends. Sit back and swell in your self-defeat.
Oh!
See there, I knew I could do it.
You got it.
That was worth waiting for.
Yeah.
That was worth taking 62
Nice little hooks
shots
in
at.
that song. That's nice. Catchy. Autumn. What did
That's
you
like,
do?
it's going to be played at like a 220 BPM though. Yeah, like that's super.
Really?
Nice.
No, I don't know about that. It's pretty fast though. It's like,
Pretty cool.
in my head, it's like Slick Shoes fast, but I don't know. I always
Okay.
want it faster.
Does Must have shows coming up where we could catch you playing that song live, maybe?
You know, it's touchy. I don't know.
Okay, we
Yeah.
don't know yet, but
Maybe if
Follow them,
maybe if
right?
like I know this band called Rubella, but maybe they could like invite us to
Put
a
you on a
show
bill.
one day.
Yeah,
I don't know,
maybe.
right? I've heard they're okay, but I don't know. There's this place in Newmarket that does punk shows. I've heard, right? So,
I think I know them. I'll
right? Yeah, see what you can do, right?
I think I can hook you up with the promoter.
Okay, perfect. You guys work that out.
Do you pursue shows? Are you aggressive about trying to play?
No, not anymore.
How come? Got a day job and
I got a day job, 3 kids.
yeah.
You know, busy.
Busy life, busy life.
Bad luck. We do more shows now than we do with Must.
Must, you guys played too recently. You played you played with Rubella, right? It was Must, Advancing Low Lives, BS11, and Rubella.
That's my true passion. Is
June
Must.
9th, yeah.
I'd have to say that's like where my true love falls. I love playing in Bad Luck.
Of course.
It's super catchy.
Fun, right?
The guys are awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, like my true passion obviously lies in writing my own music.
Right.
But I think now I just write songs to record them, just to have them, just to look back and say, hey, look what I did,
It's
Yeah.
great to have
kind of
that.
thing, right?
For sure, man. Once I record, they never go
That's
away.
really all I chase is the personal high. Just like I get, hey, that's cool.
Yeah.
And even if nobody else likes it, I've always been my own biggest fan.
It's good to be proud of what you're doing, though, right? You know,
Right.
it's good. It's better than, sorry, but some artists are like, yeah, what I put out here is crap and blah, blah, blah. But then meanwhile, it's like all over the
you know,
internet.
I'm the
It's like,
exact
really,
opposite,
dude?
and my bandmates will get mad at me because I'll post something that we did at a jam that I think is cool, and they're like, oh, why did you post that,
Yeah,
right? Like, you know,
yeah.
but I like it, whatever.
It's good to be proud and be real about what you're doing. So
Yeah,
I don't think
absolutely.
there's any harm in that.
Like I've listened to the crappiest of recordings on like old cassette recorders that
Yeah.
and I can hear the good in it.
No, I
right?
hear you. I remember my old BlackBerry recordings, like which was a little
Yeah.
bit, but they were the worst sound, and I still would listen to them constantly because it was like like you said, it's like a personal high, almost like you write this song and you've created something, and you're so happy that you found it and it found
Yeah.
you.
Oh, yeah.
And
I don't think that ever gets old. The first time I heard myself recorded, I just was
It's
blown
really
away
fun.
I
It's
always
great to be
listen.
with
proud.
how impressed I was with myself.
Yeah, why not? It's better than being like
Oh,
ripping
sure.
yourself to
If you
shreds.
when you get your album, if you've recorded something, you're gonna listen to it a million times. Of course you are.
Yeah.
Right?
For sure.
You're
You're
listening
like-
to it a million times throughout
Yeah.
the process, right? Like every mix, and I don't know.
Well, and this is why we often talk with bands who record about how deciding when to settle on the song being done can be a challenge because
Yeah.
you know you're going to listen to it 60 million times, and if there's something just a little bit wrong with it,
Yeah.
For me, the money decides.
That's
the,
Right.
bank, the bank account ran out. Okay, that's the final take.
The last mix.
not cheap to do that stuff. Do you plan on doing more recording? Is that in the works?
I would like to. Yeah, I would like to. I'd say like when I can get another 5 or 6 songs solidified, then I'll call up the guys and say, let's do something, right?
Mm-hmm.
Time to go.
But then we're just like a studio kind of band, right? You know what I mean? We just go, we'd practice it for a month or so before, and then we just go in and
Yeah.
part ways again, right?
Do you have a regular jam night though? You keep it fresh that way?
Not with Must.
No.
No, not with Must anymore. We used to, but not now. Like I said, it's on to the other stuff now, right? But
Yeah. How old are your kids?
I have 3, like I said, a 9-year-old girl, 7-year-old boy, and a 1.5-year-old girl.
Are they punks?
My
Arctic punks.
yeah, my oldest daughter.
They got a role model.
My
in the
son.
house.
No, my son. Yeah, no, they're into it.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Actually, I let it's funny. My son loves the Fairmounts. He's all
Oh,
over
they're
it.
so much fun.
Yeah, he's all over it. So I
Very
actually
cool.
I got a hold of Mikey from the Fairmounts. He's going to give me something signed for my son,
Oh,
so
that's
to
so
put on
cool.
his wall. So that's pretty cool. Yeah,
That's very cool. Very
he's all
good.
hype, right? He's like, oh, my dad knows rock stars. That's neat.
Yeah, so exciting.
like neat,
Cool
right?
dad.
He's
Yeah.
cool. No, they always want to play with my my guitars, but I try to keep all the good ones at Adam's house.
I'm glad that they're.
I came down. Well, I came down one time, and my daughter had a Les Paul strapped on her, and she was dancing
Oh.
around.
My goodness.
But I thought it was cute. I mean, I
Of
took a
course.
picture, but I was like, okay, we don't touch this.
Quick picture and grab that guitar.
Yeah.
Give it back.
Did you start singing at the same time you started playing back when you were a kid?
Yeah, I tried to.
Well, that's kind of where I was going with it. I mean, singing's hard, and I think it's the hardest thing to do myself, just because of the way you're exposed.
I work in construction. I suck in a lot of dust all day.
No.
You know.
You got a really nice gravelly quality, though. I like that.
Well, I mean, I smoke, everything, right? All the good stuff, right? So we're,
Smoke and dust.
you know, that's a real rock star life. Yeah, dust and smoke and coffee and
Late
stuff.
nights.
Late nights, yeah, right? No sleep. So
Sounds
it's
like my life, yeah.
that's the trick to a good voice. Abuse yourself.
All you
Abuse
youngsters who are looking for a role model.
Yeah, if you guys are looking
Don't
for
listen to
the
ArtsTalk.
proper way to prepare yourself before a gig.
This is ArtsTalk on 102.7. I'm Dave Peters.
I'm Taylor Koss.
And we are talking with Chris Farah of Must. About Must. You must.
You must listen.
It's a must here.
for-
Thou shalt. So, shows coming up for any of your configurations again to remind the listeners.
Like I said, well, Bad Luck, our Social Distortion cover band, has a show September 22nd. Stop, Drop, and Roll.
Stop, drop,
Rock
and
With
roll.
the
roll.
Dookies. It's going to be an awesome show.
I think
Yeah,
so, too.
they're
Very
great
cool.
guys too.
September 22nd.
Yep, September
Wicked.
22nd.
And that's it.
And that's it. That's, well, yeah, you know, we've taken the summer off
Okay.
because, with the kids and stuff, I always take, you know, some time in the summer. So we'll get back into this one. We always say it's a winter band, right? That's what we call ourselves, a winter band, right?
That's all right. That's good. It's like your
yeah.
indoor hobby, right?
Yeah, right. So you know, throughout the fall and winter time, we usually get busy, right? But
Perfect.
yeah,
So make sure you check out Must online. You guys have a Facebook page, right?
We do.
Search Must. That's MUST.
Yep.
An acronym. Do you remember what it was?
My usual sad thoughts.
Yeah, exactly,
See
Dave
how I
Peters.
nailed
You
that?
rocked that one.
it's pretty good.
I'm-
He didn't
I'm
need any
finished.
help
He didn't need
whatsoever
any,
there.
any.
Nothing.
Yeah,
focused.
no, Chris did not mouth the word
Now,
to him.
how often has Must played in Newmarket?
See, we started out way before social media. But like we started, like I said, in the early 2000s,
Right.
right? So it was like we used to play. I can't remember where it was in Newmarket. There was a bunch of old places that we used to play around here
Like
that
the youth center
aren't here
or
anymore. There was.
That was
Spotlight.
even before Joss was producing punk shows.
Oh yeah,
like
that was like we used to we got involved with that silly show thing that every kid band does.
That's Rockstar Supernova.
Yeah,
rap.
that's the one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one.
That,
So
I don't know about it, but the Rubella guys.
so yeah,
That's
so
all
we
about it.
we donated a fair share of our money toward.
Money.
Really? Well, no, because you would sell the tickets.
Yeah,
It's such a
yeah,
scam.
it's such
You
a
sell
scam,
the
and they still
tickets
sorta
and you
have it.
give them the money,
Yeah.
and you get to play at a dive, and it's nice,
Yeah.
right?
That's so nice.
But no, we would
get
play
to-
around Toronto a lot, and the Bay Area. And,
So you saw the Newmarket scene when it was still pretty lively in those days, right? Because the
oh
the
yeah,
Newmarket
there was
punk
some
scene-
awesome. It's so much fun. I have trouble remembering all the shows.
Well, I hear about these things. 300-400 people at some of these shows.
Yeah, no, the scene used to be ridiculous.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, there's certain people that try to keep it alive here, which is awesome.
Yeah.
Because, I said that to my a friend of mine the other day, that do people still start bands? I asked him that the other day. Like, do people start bands? Like, I don't know, right? Do they?
Yeah, man. Totally.
No, like, I mean, the younger generation. I'm not talking
Oh,
about, like...
I'm still young. I'm still.
Well, yeah, no, we have our share of late teens.
Like, I mean, in
and
high
20s
school,
and-
that was, like, the thing to do. Like, we didn't have...
I know what you mean.
Facebook. We didn't have cell phones, anything like that. So, like, I flocked to music, and all my buddies were into that too. And like, I mean,
And that kind of connected you guys. Right?
yeah.
Like, that
But
was
now,
my
it,
experience
like, I
too.
don't know. Like, I don't see.
I don't know. I've seen a few younger bands floating in and out of the jam spot, but I don't know that it's necessarily the same sort of. I mean, it can't be the same as it was 10 years ago or 15 or whatever. And I don't know. I guess we'll see, right? I do find that the younger crowd seems to be playing like either like this emo screamo hardcore kind of sound versus like
Yeah,
the
that's
punk
the-
rock that we kind of like to go see and play. And but no, I mean, any sort of music is good. I wouldn't even knock a electronic artist. I mean, if you're
No.
making something, that's a good thing.
I mean, I had a young guy on here. He was 17 maybe, and he called himself a producer,
right.
but he was creating electronic sounds.
Yeah.
He was
It's a skill.
how they do, and he's,
I listen to everything. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I love 50s music.
do you?
Yeah.
I'm a huge.
doo-wop style, or-
I'm a huge
Love
doo-wop
it.
fan. I love that
too.
stuff. Dion and the Belmonts, all that kind of stuff. That I'm a huge fan of that stuff. But then on in the same drive home, I'll listen to Hip Hop Nation, where I'm like bumping Drake or something like that,
I
right?
hear
Or,
ya.
You know what I mean? Or then
yeah.
and then I'll flip it over and I'll listen to Rufio, or something
It's good
like
to
that.
be have a wide range
is.
of
What about
appreciation.
I'm a big Johnny Cash fan.
Yeah, right. That's the
I
best
like
answer.
Tom
Old school.
Waits. I like.
Tom Waits.
Yeah.
Woo!
I don't like this new country. I like
the country
Pop
Like
country.
rock.
I like
Yeah.
real country. That's what I'll say. Yeah.
That's usually
Yeah.
the divide. I'm the same way. Patsy Cline, Merle Haggard,
Yep.
Johnny Cash.
Yeah.
I like all that stuff.
Yeah, totally. Me too.
I mean, some of the new stuff you can't help it. It's because it's so.
Some of the stuff's funny, like that Red Solo Cup song is funny. Or like
Yeah.
Cheaper to Keep Her, like that's pretty funny. But like other than that, I mean,
It can get old pretty fast. So I was going to ask you, because you've played Toronto, you've played Newmarket, and you've played Barrie. Where do you think the scene is best these days?
Well, I mean, Toronto has always had its thing, right? There's no comparison. But I mean,
Because there's so many places to play, I guess.
yeah, but Barrie actually has a very good place to play. We play at the Fox Lounge and Hot Doggery, it's called. It's on 16 Dunlop. If you're ever up there, check it out. They've done like how the Smoke Poutineery place has done, like with French fries. These guys have done that with hot dog. Just like
We just
imagine.
had Shane last week. Was it last week?
It's awesome.
Yeah,
Great
she's
dude.
Yeah.
Great dude.
Yeah.
Great
It
friend
makes
of
us
the
feel like
independents.
family every time we go
Totally,
there, right?
yeah.
So it's awesome. He's a great guy. Him and his
Wicked-
wife have a
wicked
really
vibes.
nice bar, Fox Lounge, up in Barrie.
Totally.
Yeah, it's a model. We've been talking here about trying to create something here that is similar, because there isn't anything like that in Newmarket. The Great Goat's done a great job, I think.
Yeah.
And Taylor's put on some great shows there. Of course, Punks Against. Would you play Punks
Josh
Against
and
Racism?
Andrew.
I missed it this year, but no, we. They,
You weren't there?
No,
I thought you were there.
I had to work.
Oh,
It
boo.
was huge. It was.
The only
was
thing they have to get
huge.
rid of at the Goat is that bar in the middle.
I
Like that.
know.
I was there for Kovacs's last show.
Yeah.
And Ship of Fools are awesome. Shout out. Everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Ship
a little
of
shout out
Fools.
to you
If
guys.
you haven't been to the
But
Great Goat, what Chris-
I caught a huge bruise. Yeah, there's a bar right in the middle, like an
so what's that?
awkwardly placed bar.
I find though, as a non-mosher, it creates a barrier.
It's kind of nice for you.
Yes.
I get that.
'Cause I stand
I get
behind
it.
No,
that
no.
bar.
Listen here now. I'm old now. I'm not. I don't want to mosh. I was trying to go get a drink, and I got slammed into
you
this
got
thing.
washed in it.
Right, but I felt it was well worth it because I had like the greenest bruise ever, and it
Right?
lasted for like a couple of weeks. But it was okay because it was for Vax's last show, so it was worth it. I got a little token.
You should have seen her against after Punks
That's
Against
what I.
Racism.
That's how I
Up
felt. I
and
was
down.
like proud of my bruises, but also kind of like I can't believe I did this to myself.
Yeah,
was
and
I thinking?
Of course, most of the people there were in their 40s.
So
Right?
much
It
fun.
was
Like,
guys who've been
I can
Daryl
remember,
fucking
like I can remember going to Warped Tour in like 2000, and the water bottles would get chucked in line. I don't know if you've ever been to a
I
Warped
went to
Tour
Warped
like
Tour
that.
once when I was like 14 or 15. I wasn't a big fan of it. I don't know why.
It was great, but
It was
back
dirty.
then it was awesome. Like back then it was like the lineup was like No Effects, Rancid, like
Yeah.
people like that. Like and now it's like I don't want to insult anybody
No,
online.
I haven't actually heard about a Warped Tour for a while, so I can only imagine who played it. No, I mean, you know what I hope?
I
hope
think
a lot of
Adele
people-
was there actually.
Yeah, I
wouldn't
heard.
it be the biggest sellers that are there? You know, the big guys. Drake, maybe Drake is on the Warped Tour.
I don't know about that.
No, I think he skipped that one.
Yeah, just
He
just
missed
this,
it.
Just
I
this
think
year.
Yeah.
he probably runs his own tour. I went to the OVO store in New York, and there's controlled entry there. It's not a very big store, and they're selling $200 T-shirts with this thing on it. But I thought that was pretty cool that you could have something like that. So Drake represents the way to really make a living in music. Chris, maybe you should be using him as a role model.
Or Adele.
Or Adele.
Adele.
25
She's great.
million copies in it.
Yeah, I think anybody that's making that much money I could take advice from them for sure, right? I mean,
I think so.
why wouldn't you, right?
I think so. Do you have one more in you before we go off?
Yeah, I could play one more for you if you
Excellent, excellent. Because we're running out of time. We thought we'd hear one more. So what's this one going to be?
want. I'll play you one for my wife. I wrote this song for my wife. It's called
Aw.
Andrea.
That's nice. This is Chris Fryer with Andrea on 102.7 Shop FM.
Take my hand, wet bury my whole life too. You gotta take control. It's up to you. you break or fall. I know when you're coming down. We crashes through time and sound. So take your time. We'll figure out what's right. 'Cause I know we'll be just fine. We'll break apart. We'll make sure you trip this time. Although it's such common sense, you'll still make a mess of it. You killed on. The year started getting thin. It's so hard to concentrate while trying to pull through. So take your time. We'll figure out what's right. 'Cause I know we'll be just fine. So take your time. We'll figure out what's right. 'Cause I know we'll be just fine. Take one step forward and 2 steps back. I know you'll never figure out what's right. And I will be there till the end.
Woo! Thank you so much, man. Thanks for coming on the show.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for having me.
That was wonderful.
Awesome work. That was Andrea.
Lovely
Chris
song.
Farrell.
Glad we could all sit and listen to some terrible guitar playing.
No, it's great. It's great.
So nice. You wrote the song too. Was she impressed?
Maybe the first million times she heard it, but
Is she still married to you?
yeah, we actually celebrated 9 years married this year.
Oh,
Congratulations.
Last July, we've been together for 14 years together.
Holy moly.
Yeah, awesome chick.
Did you meet her at a show? Did she come out and love you because you're a rock star?
She was a friend of a friend, and we just started hanging out. That old story, right? But no, I love her to death. She's one of my best friends, and she puts up with a lot of
I
crap.
can't even imagine.
Behind every stupid man stands a very patient woman, right? So
Well, I would believe that.
This has been an evening with Chris Farrell. Chris, thank you so much for being
thanks
here.
very much for having me.
It was
Awesome,
a real
very
pleasure.
nice.
You got a great story and a great tune. And next week, who's here?
Next week we got the one and only Rebecca Wild.
Rebecca Wild.
Rebecca Wild.
So
From
don't forget
Barrie,
to tune in
Ontario.
then. In the meantime, who are we going out with here?
We're going to go out with some of our favorites. Our favorite?
Jackson Fisher?
No.
No.
Die Sci-Fi.
That's Sci-Fi.
And actually, there's-
keeping with the punk theme.
Yeah, and the local, so we also have some cool shows that we should bring up. We have, this Friday, we have Black Cat Attack, Hysterics, Beaver Slap, and Merloaded playing at the Grey Goat. Music starting around 9:30, $5 cover. 4 killer bands, you should go out and catch
Yeah,
that.
that'll be an awesome show.
That would
Hell
be a
yeah.
good
I'll be
show.
there.
Yeah. And then the following week we have a Ship of Fools show. We're at Ship of Fools, Mobina Galore, and there's some other bands that I'm gapping on. Do you know who's playing that show?
I don't. I gotta
Anyways,
look up
Mobina Galore, 2-piece punk rock band from Winnipeg, 2 females, gonna be killer. You should definitely check it
I
out.
heard they're awesome.
Yeah, I've heard
I really
really
did.
good
I've
things
heard
about
awesome
them.
things about
Yeah.
those guys.
They were just on
Mobina
tour
Galore.
with Heart Attack Kids, and yeah. So, anyways, catch that show. That's on the 26th of August at the Grey Goat again, and then one more last-minute show with Die Sci-Fi and a couple other Johnny Six Blocks. I don't know what his band is, but Market Brewery. That's on Leslie. That's a
Yeah.
new venue.
It is.
It's a really nice. It's really cool. So it's a free show. That's on Tuesday, August 22nd. I believe the music's starting around 7:00, an earlier event. So check it out. Newmarket's lively with the punk rock right now.
Yeah, really good. Okay, so we're going out here with Die Sci-Fi with A Million Eyes
Here we go.
on
102.7.
Chop FM.